Every day in offices all across Britain, thousands of people are facing job interviews.
How do you think you fit the bill as regards having the skills and qualities necessary to do the job?
And for each successful candidate that walks away with a job, there's bound to be 10 more that know they've blown their chances.
Unbelievable, unbelievable.
But this man claims he can help. Business psychologist Dr Rob Yeung has interviewed thousands of people in his time, and he says he can transform even the most hopeless case into a job winner.
What attracts you to the job?
I don't know.
Today, Rob will be watching 4 real candidates being interviewed for one real job.
The first impression was bad, the interview was worse. Game over.
Which of them will crash and burn so spectacularly that they qualify for Rob's extreme brand of training?
That was probably one of the worst interviews I've ever seen in my life. You are pissing me off by not looking at me.
If you can do this, you can do absolutely bloody anything you set your mind to.
It's one of the toughest jobs in Britain, and no previous experience is required.
Hello, I'm a bailiff calling regarding your outstanding penalty charge notice.
Today, private bailiffs firm DKB Collections are interviewing for a new recruit.
We're looking for a trainee bailiff who has a presence, not an aggressive presence, but has a presence that will be able to get their view across assertively, but not aggressively.
At stake, the chance to earn up to 50 grand a year. For that, a bailiff is expected to collect fines, remove people's goods, and deal with sticky situations.
Well, the bailiffs over the years have been threatened with knives, guns, bottoms, fists, spat at.
These 4 hopefuls all believe they're just the man for the job. All they have to do today is make the bailiffs believe it too.
We're going to be pretty tough on the candidates that we've got reservations about. I mean, it's their opportunity to convince us that our reservations are wrong. So, no holds barred.
It's interview day. Rob Yeung is on the lookout for the candidate who turns in the worst interview performance. Then he'll attempt the impossible, to transform that complete no-hoper into a credible candidate capable of landing the job of their dreams. Time for the first candidate.
Sorry, keep your weight.
Sit yourself down, mate.
The initial impression that the candidate is making from what he's wearing, dark shirt, light tie, it's a bit of a nightclub look. For a smart job, go for, as you know, the interviewer is doing, a light-coloured shirt, light blue, white and a darker tie. This guy looks like he's more likely to pull birds than get a job with that suit.
The next candidate starts well.
This candidate's making a fairly good first impression. Nice, smart, dark suit, well-groomed, looking good so far.
Well, it's just that you're a full-time student here. Is that right?
At the moment, yeah.
You can slap me down, by all means, of course. But are we looking at a fill-in here in this job, or are we looking at a genuine career path? I mean, it's my question to you.
Yeah, if I'm going to be brutally honest with you, at the moment, in my mind, it's probably a fill-in.
OK, I'm sorry, just cut the interview, so he may as well go home. He's just admitted that this is a filler job. Why are they going to invest time and money training him up if he's just going to bugger off out the door? Goodbye.
Sit yourself down.
The next candidate is the only one with previous experience of doing the job.
What skills and qualities do you consider that a successful bailiff needs?
He needs to be able to speak to people, make them understand, be professional at all times.
He's making good eye contact, he's using his hands, he's moving his body fairly comfortably. I think he's coming across as a fairly confident person.
The last candidate of the day is London bus driver, Anthony.
Have you got any goals?
Any goals?
Yeah.
Now, I try not to set goals because they tend to get at you when you don't achieve them. So I make it simple for myself. I aim to be the best there is in whatever it is.
Good way of not failing. Don't set any in the first place.
Don't say that you haven't got any goals because it makes you sound as if you've always been disappointed, as if you've always been a failure in your life. Just don't say that you have no goals.
Right, I'm going to give you some scenarios now, OK? I'd like you to imagine that I'm the debtor. I've just opened the door to you. You've introduced yourself, identified yourself as a bailiff, and I've told you to go forth and multiply. And talk to me as though I'm the debtor.
Well, obviously I don't know.
Bang, door shut. I suspect. You haven't said anything. You haven't said anything at all.
The body language of the man in white, the will to live is slowly ebbing from his body. Soon, give it a few more minutes, he will be a steaming corpse out there.
The interviews are finished. It's decision time. It's the candidate with previous bailiff experience who swung the job. He's DKB Collection's newest recruit.
The main factor in considering him is that he's doing the job at the moment. He's got a head start just by virtue of the fact he's already doing the job.
But there's one candidate who stood out a mile for all the wrong reasons. Anthony Okori.
Unbelievable, unbelievable.
Who knows, they might have been impressed with me, I cannot tell.
He just seemed to be somebody who didn't know where he was going, had no goals and wasn't going to set him any in case he failed.
I might have done great, so I guess when the result comes out, I will be certain of that.
But absolutely no hope at all. No hope at all.
According to Rob, there is hope. He believes that with just 3 days training, bus driver Anthony could be transformed into a dynamic, persuasive and engaging candidate. But success or failure in interview is ultimately down to whether Anthony is willing and face up to some hard facts.
Hello, you must be Anthony.
Oh yes.
I'm Rob. Should we go in?
Yes, please, come in.
Thank you. I've got a little videotape of your interview and how the interviewers thought you came across. So if you'd like to just sit down.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Yeah, unbelievable, unbelievable.
That was cringing. And when he was on the doorstep trying to talk his way in, I mean, he just lost it, he hadn't got a clue.
Well, that's why, yeah.
And didn't know why he wanted the job.
You realise they're talking about you?
We should, to be honest, we were very charitable with the interview, to be honest. We should have cut that off about 20 minutes prior.
Let's stop it there. I've interviewed hundreds of people, and that was probably one of the worst interviews I've ever seen in my life. It made me actually feel angry because you were wasting their time. How does that make you feel?
I can't say how it makes me feel right now.
You're a bright guy. You know, sort of, you do smile. So when you do smile, your face lights up, you're a different... and you do feel the emotions. We just have to help them find some way of expressing on your face. So if we can do those things, and I think we can, then we will help you sort out your next interview.
Fighting talk. But getting Anthony to talk about his emotions may be easier said than done.
Let's just say that when it comes to my feelings, I keep it bottled up. I never say I'm stretched. I never say I'm excited. I do not talk about love. I don't.
In the last 5 years, Anthony's had 5 different jobs. Now, with rising debts, he works up to 15 hours a day driving a bus and working as a nightclub doorman. But now Anthony wants to get married and start a family with his girlfriend Fatima, so the pressure to find a secure job is greater than ever.
If I would have one wish, I wish I'll have a good paying job, okay? Settle down, have a family. It'd be lovely to have somebody calling me daddy when I come back in.
But to stand any chance of success, Rob must make Anthony change the habits of a lifetime in just 3 days.
I mean, if you're going to use that sodding defeatist attitude, you're not going to sell a bloody thing, are you?
It will be a clash of wills.
I will succeed.
I'll try.
I will succeed.
I will try.
But could Anthony turn out to be beyond help?
Because at the moment, it's a waste of time.
It's day 1 of interview training. And first, Anthony must learn the basic rule of all interviews: sell yourself.
So one of the things I don't think you did enough of in the interview was using your persuasive and social skills, because you really need to sell yourself to them. If you can persuade people to buy things from you off the market stall, then you can persuade people to give you a job in an interview situation.
So can Anthony summon up the persuasive powers and selling skills that Rob's looking for? The first would-be customers approach the stall.
Anthony. Okay. Well, that was hopeless. Why didn't you talk to them? Just say, you know, so anything else I can offer you? You know, I've got razors, I've got batteries. Just try and engage them in conversation. You're not selling at the moment.
Well, it depends on what they want.
Yeah, but unless you ask them, unless you tell them what you've got, then they're not going to know what you've got. These two ladies coming past, I would like you to say, afternoon, ladies. Anything you'd like? Okay? Anthony,
yes,
if you can't muster up some more energy, you're never going to be able to sell anything. And we're going to leave you to die on this market stall.
It's going to be a tough 3 days, and it's hard to see how Anthony will ever be dynamic, engaging, or persuasive.
I mean, if you're going to use that sodding defeatist attitude, you're not going to sell a bloody thing, are you?
I think I'm too hungry to shout.
It's a very bad start, and Rob knows if he can't get Anthony to sell himself, he has no chance of interview success. So he decides to force Anthony to talk to people by trapping him in a pod in the London Eye with 12 tourists, all armed with a barrage of typical interview questions.
Okay, welcome everybody. This is Anthony. He's our interview candidate. You are the interview panel from hell. You ready?
No.
Okay, question 1, please.
Anthony, why do you think I should give you this job?
Because I'm presentable, I'm calm, can work in a team, I don't know, amongst other things, such as my charisma, my...
You're talking about charisma, and you're stood there. My charisma. So it's not just about preparing your interview answers. It's also about getting across a sense of energy and dynamism, and you're just not selling it to me.
Not selling yourself.
Yeah,
I cannot sell it in this environment.
You should be able to sell it in any environment. Next question, please.
Can you tell me when you've made a mistake in the past?
I don't know, I can't think of any mistakes so far.
The interviewer's asked you a question. You have to respond. Think of an answer.
I have responded. I cannot think of any mistakes.
Well, think about one then.
I cannot.
What do you see as your major weaknesses?
I don't know. I'm scared of heights, and that is why I'm shrugging my shoulders at the moment.
Don't talk about your personal life. That's boring. How do you feel?
How do I feel? I feel great. I believe I performed fairly well under the circumstances.
You didn't answer the questions. You cannot say, I don't know. You may as well say, I don't care about this job. Because at the moment, it's a waste of time.
It's the end of day 1, and it's been a complete washout.
Well, I've really been put out of my comfort zone. And frankly, I am not looking forward to tomorrow.
It's day 2 of Rob's interview training. Bus driver Anthony Okore wants a secure job with prospects so he can marry his girlfriend and have children. But if he's to have any job, he's got to be engaging and dynamic. So far, he's failed miserably. But for Rob, failure is simply not an option. In this busy store, shoppers have the choice of taking either the lift or the stairs. It's up to Anthony to persuade them to use their feet and take the stairs.
So if you can do this, you'll be able to ace an interview.
I can give it a try, but I mean...
No. Again, I don't want you to give it a try. I want you to succeed, okay?
I'll try.
No, you're not going to say, I will try. You're going to say, I will succeed.
I will try.
Okay. I will succeed.
I'll try.
I will succeed.
I will try.
I will succeed.
I will try to succeed. Hello. I can see you pressing for the lift there. The lift is here. Yeah. Okay, and it is working. But I would like to persuade you to, instead of taking the lift, please take the stairs.
Oh, wait, there's a lift here. Thanks, man.
All right, go on. Sorry, madam. You mind if I ask you to use the stairs instead of the lift?
No, but why do I have to use the stairs?
Because I'm asking nicely.
Why do you want me to use the stairs?
Because I'm asking very nicely.
But that's not a good enough reason.
Anthony, you let that one slip through the net.
I don't know how I can persuade him.
Think. Do you find this task a pain?
Sorry?
Are you finding this task difficult or a pain, irritating?
I'm finding it pointless.
Pointless? You're not even looking at me. Are you even listening to me?
I am listening.
Well, look at me. You said earlier you could use your initiative. Can you use your initiative?
Being practical.
Be practical, use your initiative, come up with some ideas, then, okay?
You all right, sir?
Yeah.
Mind if I persuade you to use the stairs instead of the lift?
I have to go to the 7th floor, though.
Why don't you walk up to the next floor and take the lift from there?
No, I think I may prefer to take the elevator.
There is nothing I can say to make you change your mind. If I go on my hands and knees, would that change your mind?
Yeah, maybe.
Okay, then I'll do it.
Whoa.
Please, use the stairs.
You've got a deal. I'll take it.
All right.
All right.
Okay.
I'm so proud of you.
Come on, let's walk. Thank you. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. I'm trying to charm you to use the stairs instead of the lift.
Take me out for dinner and I might.
Come on.
High five. You didn't threaten anyone. You were using your body. You were going down on one knee. You were charming people. You know, sort of, I take my hat off to you if I were wearing a hat.
It looks like Rob's training is starting to pay off, but it's not over yet. One of the things that lost Anthony the bailiff's job was his admission that he had no goals. Rob believes it's crucial that Anthony sets and achieves a goal, and he knows that he doesn't like heights.
If you can overcome your fear of heights, then I know that you'll be able to succeed in anything that you want to, Anthony. Yeah?
No. Yeah.
Yes.
Anthony is going to have to abseil down the 120-foot tower. That's the same height as 8 double-decker buses.
Right, yeah, okay, whenever you're ready.
Okay, go, champ. And another. Keep going. Come on, champ.
Okay, well done.
Good, Anthony. Keep going. It's all about building up your confidence, your self-efficacy, your belief in yourself.
I can do anything else other than without doing this.
We know you can do easy stuff. It's about challenging yourself. If you can do this, you can do absolutely bloody anything you set your mind to.
I need to come up where?
You're just going to come up straight here.
It's probably needless to say, don't move.
You feeling a little bit scared?
Yes.
Okay, right. One part of your brain is going to be shrieking that you're up here and this is a crazy thing to do. But another part of your brain is going to be telling you that these guys have obviously done this sort of thing before and this is all safe.
I think you're ready, aren't you?
No, I'm not ready.
Okay.
I feel like coming.
No, you're okay.
I feel like coming.
Okay.
No, I can't do this.
You can, Anthony.
I can't.
You can.
I cannot.
You can.
I am not going out there. And I don't think there's anything you can say to convince me to. Not out in the open, not out in the weather, no.
Should we go inside to the one that's inside where it's nice and warm?
I'll try that one, but I'm not going out here.
It's easier and less stressful. Okay? No problem.
There's one final chance left for Anthony. Inside the water tower, there's a 100-foot drop. Will he be able to summon up all his courage and abseil down it?
Smiling and happy, yeah? I'll take that for a smile.
Can you feel that?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Hey, and you're off. You're going.
You just enjoy it. As you go down, it will get easier. You become more comfortable with it.
That's good, Anthony.
I got
That's
you,
good.
Anthony.
Are you holding me?
Yeah, he's got you.
Good for Anthony. Come on, this is the sort of get up and go, knock them down.
Come on, Anthony. You're so close. You're nearly here. Okay, come on.
Yes, I'm going.
Scariest thing you've had to do in your life, and you're succeeding, Anthony. That's it. We got you.
Relax. I can't believe you just did that, Anthony. I'm so proud of you.
God, you're hot. You're sweating, aren't you? Well done, well done. We're going to buy you such a big F-off size double brandy. You did it, big guy!
But it's not quite over for Anthony. Rob's lined up a final and definitive challenge. A mock interview with 2 actors briefed to fire a series of grueling questions at him. It's the ultimate test of whether any of Rob's training has paid off. It's the interview from hell. Anthony heads home to prepare.
Tell me about yourself.
Do you have to stand there? Yes, shoot.
Tell me about yourself.
All right, I am a positive person, okay? I am a person who always looks at things from 2 sides.
How would you describe your ideal job?
Now, I would describe my ideal job as a job that gives me flexibility, a job that gives me room for creativity.
Are you meant to look at me a bit more? Interact with the person interviewing you?
Yes, but you're not interviewing me. I know you too well. I know. Thank you, babes.
Anthony, look at you, looking smart. How are you doing?
It's the morning of the interview, and Rob's got one final tweak to make to Anthony's interview preparation.
Now, don't shoot the messenger, okay? But surveys have shown that a lot of managers distrust facial hair. Feel about having the moustache and the goatee shaved off?
I don't want to shave off my best bits.
But all you need to do is just shave it off for an interview.
No.
Just shave that little wispy goatee off.
No, I'm not shaving.
Please.
I'm not. It cannot be touched.
Please, pretty please.
No.
Go on, big guy. What about if we just trim and tidy the moustache, because it's looking just a little bit big, if we kind of thin it right back?
Not thinner.
Shorter.
Shorter, but not thinner.
Shorter.
Shorter, but not thinner.
Yep, shorter then. Just shorter.
Yeah, fine. Feel like a woman.
No, don't wait. Well, I don't know many 6'2", 20-stone women. So what do you think your strengths are?
I'm a calm person.
Good.
I'm a person that can work on his own.
The time has come for the ultimate challenge. Designed by Rob to test all his weaknesses, this will be the toughest interview of Anthony's life.
If he can get through this, he can get through anything. I don't know if he can do it, but I'm hoping he can.
Just 3 days ago, Anthony was a complete interview no-hoper.
Now, I try not to set goals because they tend to get at you when you don't achieve them.
Rob's briefed the actors and given them a set of grueling questions.
This needs to be the toughest interview of Anthony's life, so don't pull any punches, guys.
Now it's all down to Anthony.
Hello. Hi.
Good afternoon, Anthony. Take a seat, please.
Thank you.
What's your biggest regret to date?
I'm a person that I tend not to really have regrets because as much as I'm human, I make mistakes, no doubt about that.
OK, he's being a lot more articulate than he was in the first interview, so good on him. And he's using his hands a little bit more to punctuate his points, so that's good.
Don't fob me off. Specifically, what are your weaknesses?
I'm a bit of a sore loser. I hate to lose. But then at the end of the day, you can't really dwell on your losses. You can't really dwell on achievements, OK?
I think there's almost a hint of a smile there. He is warming up more and more as the interview progresses, so this is really good stuff.
Now comes the question that Anthony fluffed so spectacularly in his first interview for the bailiff's job.
What are your goals?
I'm aiming to be the best there is, the best bailiff out there, the one that goes out there and achieves results, the one that always makes his marks.
The interviewers are really pushing him now, but he's confident in the fact that he's got these powers of persuasion and good social skills, so he's building a rapport with them, and he is trying to win them over, so this is really good news.
I'm not convinced yet that you have the strength to deal with very intense emotional situations. What is it? What qualities do you have that make you special enough to deal with those sorts of situations?
I'm calm. I'm a very calm person, even during crisis. I pick things up quickly. You see, I learn, all right, and I always look forward to learning new things. I can work on my own. I can work as part of a team, and I'm very self-motivated.
Okay. This is a completely different Anthony to the Anthony of only a couple of days ago. He's a transformed individual. There's life, there's energy, there's passion flowing. God, I wish I could kind of hug the monitor or something.
I just want to thank you very much for your time. Thank you.
Thank you for coming in.
Well done, big guy. How did that feel?
That felt very good, very positive. For the first time I've went for an interview, and I am very positive about it.
I know I've been in pain, and I've been pushing you and needling you, but was that the best interview of your life?
That is the best. That is actually the best interview I've ever been in. I feel I could go out and just go for any job that I want.
2 weeks after filming finished, Anthony went for an interview as a bailiff at the High Court in London. Would he hold it together and remember everything Rob taught him, or would he crash and burn again?
Okay. Well, in my hands here is a lovely letter addressed to me from the Department of, bailiffs. It says, I read, further to your recent interview for the above post, which is London Group of Courts Bailiffs, I am pleased to inform you that you have been successful at interview. I've been, planning to settle down now, start a family. Right now, that is not so far away. If I have a message for Rob, it will be, keep up the good work, thank you, and, good luck to the next candidate.
I will succeed.
I will try.
I will succeed.
It's the scariest thing you've had to do in your life, and you're succeeding, Anthony!
I can't believe you just did that, Anthony. I'm so proud of you.
High five.